Moving coil galvanometer. Here are some important points for moving coil galvanometer which is helpful for you to start with MCQs. The first thing is the basic principle of moving coil galvanometer, which suggests the current passing through the coil is directly proportional to the angle with which the coil rotates. The formula from which this relation has been developed is this: BINA is equal to C theta, which I can remember it as BINA is equal to C theta, where B stands for external magnetic field, which is of the horseshoe magnet, I is the current passing through the coil, N is the number of turns, A is the area of coil. Now here I remind you, A over here is not the area of cross section, it is the area of the coil. So if the coil shape is rectangle, then it is length into breadth, and if the coil is shaped in the form of a circle or a ring, we would consider it as the area of the circle. Okay. Now C is the torsional constant, which actually you are going to study much detailed manner in the chapter of magnetic effect, but here you are going to learn this as a basic constant, for which you can say it's a torsional constant, and the unit for that is going to be Newton meter per degree. Okay, it is going to be Newton meter per degree as the SI unit which we are going to follow. Okay, this is what you are going to follow, or you can also have this as a radian, which is a SI unit for the angle. Now theta is nothing but the angle with which the coil rotates. Now definitely this part is called as the deflecting torque. And this part is called as restoring torque. So basically this part is because of the elasticity of the material. So phosphor bronze is a material which is used, I repeat, phosphor bronze is a material which is used, which has a very good torsional constant, and by which it will restore to its original value very easily and very quickly. So that's why we prefer using phosphor bronze wire in case of moving coil galvanometer. Okay, now we can convert the MCG to ammeter by a simple connecting a shunt across the galvanometer. By shunt I mean resistance in parallel. Okay, and for MCG to voltmeter conversion, the basic fundamental to remember is connect a resistance in series with galvanometer. So I hope this part is clear with you. Let's go further. So now we have the basic difference between ammeter and voltmeter. Here we have the galvanometer with which we are connecting a shunt, a resistance in parallel, and this entire thing is now called as ammeter. Over here the galvanometer is connected with in series with a resistance R. Now a very important point for you to remember, that the shunt which is connected in parallel is generally very small. So basically we connect a very small resistance in parallel, whereas the R which is connected in series with galvanometer is generally very high. So to make an ammeter we connect a very small resistance in parallel, and to make a voltmeter we connect a very high resistance in series. Obviously the aim is to decrease the resistance over here and to increase the resistance over here. Now some general formula which are very useful, and one is the shunt value is going to be Ig upon I minus Ig the whole into G, whereas the resistance over here which is needed to be connected in series is going to be V by Ig minus G. Now over here G is the resistance of the galvanometer, Ig is the current passing through the galvanometer, over here the I is the current which is going to pass through the ammeter, or the current measuring capacity of the ammeter, and over here is the V, voltage measuring capacity of the voltmeter. So if you want to design a voltmeter or if you want to design an ammeter, they will mention that what is the current capacity or voltage capacity they want of the ammeter and voltmeter respectively, and accordingly they will give you the value of either I or the V. Now there is a current ratio in ammeter and voltage ratio in voltmeter. I repeat, this is called as current ratio, whereas this is called as voltage ratio, where I by Ig is the current ratio and V by Vg is the voltage ratio. If we use this in the above formula, we get S as G upon N minus 1, and if we use this in the above formula, we get R as N minus 1 times G. Now if we want to find the equivalent resistance for this, G and S are in parallel, so equivalent is Gs upon G plus S. And if we put S as G upon N minus 1 in this equation and solve it, we get G upon N as the equivalent resistance. Similarly, for equivalent resistance in series over here, it is directly R plus G, and if we place the value of R as N minus 1 G over here, by calculating we get the value of Ng. So these are some important points which you need to know about the moving coil galvanometer, ammeter and voltmeter.